up, everybody? Welcome to our 12th episode. Our 12th, that's kind of crazy. I've been doing this 2.5 months. It's kind of crazy. That's awesome. Thanks, everybody, for being in here already. It looks like we got a good number of people. Thank you for liking the stream, of course. That helps out a whole bunch. Thanks for chatting. What's up, Donut? Oh, we got lots of cool people in here. Potato, Nix, great. Owls Go Hoot. Owls Go Hoot. I must say, you might have definitely in the top 5 YouTube names that I've seen in chat. I don't know why I like it so much, but Owls Go Hoot is sweet. Yep. We've got, this is going to be a quick one. I think I'm doing 6 lists. I just have an obligation I got to get to at 6 p.m. my time. So just making sure I have a little bit of buffer to switch gears. You know what I'm talking about. What's up, Jaldrin? Solrak. Great to see you. Solrak, we're covering your list today. Ben is he. I think we're covering your list too. Yeah, so some pretty cool stuff going on. Real quick, if you're not familiar with the stream, welcome. I am so happy you are here. What we do is you're playing your first ever Tyranid game on Wednesday. I got a channel full of tips. Yes, let me give me 1 second. If this is your first time here, welcome. This is how the stream works. I take lists that are submitted on our community tab in our own YouTube channel, and you just copy and paste them however you want, whatever, Army recruit, new recruit, whatever, or GW or Battle Scribe, if you still use that. Post it in there. Leave some comment of things you want me to focus on, things you want me to look at or suggest, and I'll get around to it. Members do just get a little bit of priority just because of how many people have been submitting lists. And I normally do a pretty good job of, if you submit a list and you're a member, then next week your list is probably getting reviewed. But yeah, that's how it works. And I just go through it, look at stuff, suggest things, and everything. Back to BACA. This tip is going to be really lame, but have fun. Yeah. If you're playing your first ever Tyranid game, I would probably think about 1 or 2 things to really focus on. Just to keep track of. There's oftentimes quite a bit of things that we need to keep track of with Tyranids. For your first game, I would probably just make sure that you are, if you're wanting things to be in Synapse, then make sure you are moving very purposefully in a way that allows for Synapse to be had. Yeah. But anyways, let's get into it. I gotta get moving. I'm probably around 5:30, 5:40, but we got plenty of time. Let's take a look at our first. Let's do this one. Our first list. I didn't set it up yet. No. Okay, so last week, oh great, I love when this does this. Give me 1 second, folks. We go here, and then let's go back here, and boom. Okay, cool. Everything should be good now. Yes, awesome. Cool. So last week I did have to leave really early. Our washer machine stopped working, so my wife needed help with that. So we had to, I don't know if you guys have been through that, but not having a washer, especially when you are used to having a washer for your clothes, can be very, very inconvenient. So we had to figure that out. Anyways, so I normally start with members list, but Lil May Rose, we didn't get to her list or their list at the end of the stream last week, so I wanted to make sure that they were up front. Owls Go Hoot! Thank you so much. Oh, and you sniped Nix. Nix, I'm surprised you weren't a member by now. Oh my gosh. But thanks for the membership. That's awesome, man. Really appreciate it, Owls. Here we go. Lil May Rose, they say, hey, been enjoying the Tyranid content, one of the few who does so much of it on YouTube. That is true. I do a lot of Tyranid content on YouTube. Because you're a custodian. Hey, Nix. Don't worry about it then. You are fantastic. Thank you so much. I ran this list at a GT last month and went 1-2, Necrons, Votan, and then Emperor's Children, I'm assuming. Cool. Get out of here. Okay. Excellent. So I'm not sure if it's list or inexperienced. I don't own any Exos or Maleceptors yet, so I can't do anything about that, sadly. That's fine. Hunger Wars. We're Vanguard Onslaught. Thank you. Vanguard Onslaught. Good to know. We have Double Broodlord, Deathleaper, Neuro Tyrant with Neuronode, and then Winged Hive Tyrant with Chameleonic. I do really like that. However, I am going to say something real quick. I really think if you're running the Winged Hive Tyrant, you need to run the Bone Sword Lash Whip. The Stranglethorn or the Venom Cannon are really not going to be. It's just not really going to be doing what you want to do. I promise. I promise. There's also an argument for the Scything Talons, but I definitely prefer the Bone Sword Lash Whip on the Winged Hive Tyrant for sure. And then Winged Tyranid Prime. Back up. Just wanted to say you were the guy who inspired me to get into NIDS. Just want to say thanks for the videos making it easy to learn. That is so cool. Thank you so much for saying that. That literally made my day. That's what I'm trying to do. We really appreciate it. I'm glad you're in the chat too. Okay, cool. So Vanguard Onslaught, Double Broodlord, Deathleaper, Neurotyrant, Winged Tyrant, Winged Prime, and then 1 Gargoyles. Now, chat is going to think that I'm going to immediately want to include another set of Gargoyles. However, in Vanguard Onslaught, and we can take a second to look at it. But in Vanguard Onslaught, I often only end up having 1 Gargoyle squad. Just because I have so many other scoring units regardless, so I don't know. Okay, so we have a Biovore, 20 Gene Stealers, 1 Lictor, double Neurolictor, Norn, Tyrannifex, and Zoanthrope. Oh my gosh, this is a lot of stuff. So a couple things that I'm looking at, in my opinion, let's see where the enhancement is. Okay, so Neuro Tyrant has Neuronode. No 30 Gargoyles? Okay, so Neuronode, what I think we should do is immediately switch it to Broodlord, because it doesn't really matter, who has it. And if we are running the Neuro Tyrant with Zoanthropes, oftentimes I like maybe treating them as a turn 1 or turn 2 deep strike threat that just goes in, blasts something, and then it's done. Because you do have access to that stratagem in Vanguard Onslaught that allows you to turn 1 go in and just get something. Okay, so a couple of things that I think are a little interesting. We need, if we only have 10 Gargoyles, we need at least 1 or 2 more Lictors. I know Deathleaper is kind of there too, but I like him as Lictor number 5 as opposed to him being Lictor number 4, if that makes sense. In my Vanguard Onslaught list, my core of scoring is going to be double Lictor, double Neurolictor, and then I kind of go from there. All right, chat. The Norn? I actually don't hate the Norn Emissary in Vanguard Onslaught, because he really, with the fallback and charge in Vanguard Onslaught natively, it really does allow for the Norn Emissary to stick somewhere, fall back, and then charge and get back into things. However, that being said, I think we either do Tyrannifex or Zoanthropes. I think that I'm probably going to lean towards having the Zoanthropes, just because I like bringing them in with the turn 1 strategic reserves play. And then the Tyrannifex just kind of gets a little bit cumbersome. So what's up, Zage? Glad you're here, man. So I think we are going to keep the Zoanthropes, and I think we will keep the Norn. I'm trying to implement a rule with myself where if somebody is bringing a Norn, they probably want the Norn. All right. However, I don't think we need the Winged Tyranid Prime. I think we can do without that. So I think we are probably going to do away with the Tyrannifex, And then we are going to do away with the Winged Tyranid Prime. And we're at 1970, so we are rich. So 30 points. So this is going to be 255. So we have 285 points to play with after we get rid of those 3 units. So Tyranifex is going away. Winged Prime is going away. All right. Chance says, hey, Jordan, which is the better harvester in Assimilation Swarm? Psychophages or Pyrovores? I think probably... I think probably Pyrovores, but they do kind of play different roles. Like in my Assimilation Swarm that I've been playing that I've liked, and it still needs some testing. I run 2 Psychophages and I run 2 2-man Pyrovores. But honestly, I would want that 2-man Pyrovore, at least one 3-man. Jaldrin, you know what costs 290 points? 2 Molochs. Hey, well, I got unfortunate news for you. Unfortunately, we only have 285 points. However, if we did have 290 points, I would have absolutely gone with that. But 5 points off, man. I'm so sorry. Nick says my Norn was finally taken down. He survived 6 games. Nix, what detachment and stuff are you running? My Norns always die really quickly. Yeah, it's tough. Yeah, we were just off of the need for a double Moloch. Okay, so things that I want to add. I want a second Lictor for sure. Second Lictor. Boop. So that's going to be 225. And then you switch between Invasion Fleet and Crusher Stampede. Sick. Yeah. Nice, man. I think next time I'm on stream, which is not this week, but next week, I'm going to be playing Crusher Stampede. I just finished, well, my stream standard finish, this Tyranifex. Airbrushed him yesterday. So I'm probably going to be running a triple Tyranifex Crusher Stampede list next time I'm on. Should be cool. All right, cool. So back to this. We have, you know what I would actually probably do? And this is like a very quick, easy way to do it. I think another really good unit for Vanguard Onslaught is Raveners. Raveners times 6 would be 150. And then honestly, a 3-man Raveners times 3, which is 75 points. And then 150 plus 75 should be at that 225 points. So, oh, producer. Oh, wow. Producers. Hey, chat, look professional. Producers in the chat, everybody. Okay. We gotta turn up. He's here. I don't know. Okay. So honestly, this is how I would probably shape up this list with the last 225 points. I think it's pretty good because the 6-man Ravener can absolutely blender stuff, especially with Surprise Assault. You get +2, +1 to hit, so they're hitting on 2s. And then with the twin linked and maybe you also get +1 to wound, it could be actually disgusting with those Raveners, the 6-man. If that's not really your playstyle, then you can split these up into 2 3-mans as well. But I actually really like the look of this list. Let's see. So we have double Broodlord. This one has Neuronode. We're going to redeploy. Death Leaper, Neurotyrant, Winged Hive Tyrant with Chameleonic, 1 squad of Gargoyles. Then we have Biovore, 20 Gene Stealers, Double Lictor, Neurolictor, Norn Emissary, then 9 Raveners in whatever configuration you want. But this is going to allow for a little bit more punch and then as well a little bit more secondary play. And then 6 Zoanthropes. I think this list is pretty sweet. I think the Norn is interesting. I think it does provide for Vanguard Onslaught with a unit that just doesn't really die. And then if you have a bunch of Gene Stealer forward pressure and a Norn coming up, it could be pretty tough. It could be pretty tough, honestly. But yeah, it's our first list. Awesome. Very cool. Get out of here, producer. Oh, okay. So next up, we've got Real Grenade. Oh, what's up, Pars? Pars is in here. Man, it's a party in here. I do want to just do a little. If you haven't seen this beautiful mug, it's got our logo on it. And if you want one, you can grab yourself one. I'm actually probably going to get a second one of these, just so that I can have one for like my paint cup. Let's see if I did the command right. Yes. If you want a mug like this, check out that link. We have our own store, which is kind of like to me, that's weird that we're we're at a point where we have our own store, but we do. If that's something you're interested in, check it out. If not, carrying on. Real Grenade. So he had sent me a couple of different lists. There was a mix-up in his submission, and I didn't see it. I would love some hot wings, Nix, but alas, I do not have any. There's a mix-up in his submission, so he went ahead and sent me a couple of lists, and I looked at this. This is a swarm, Assimilation Swarm list, and I thought it was pretty cool. Let's see what he has to say about it. This is the second list. It's a swarm-style Assimilation Swarm. That's tough to see. And I really like the idea of 60 to 80 Gaunts rushing across the table to take primary. I'm open to swapping to Invasion Fleet with this, but I think it would prefer Assimilation Swarm. Awesome, Owls. Yeah, dude, you absolutely should. I wish I was going to Cherokee. I hear it's just a great time every single time. Elite Dark Assassin is running a single Norn, worth it over running 2 for like threat overload purposes. I feel like 1 is easy to deal, but when there's 2 of them, it could lead to bad decisions or bad split fires. I agree, but it also depends on the rest of your list and what you want it to do. With that Vanguard Onslaught list, if I was playing it, I would probably be a little bit more careful with my Norn until my Gene Stealers and my Raveners and Zone Thropes were all hitting at once, and then my Norn would come out to party too. I actually ran 6 Norn. Gosh. I actually ran a double Norn, double Maleceptor list last Wednesday on our live stream with Synaptic Nexus, and it was pretty fun. It was pretty cool. Check that stream out if you're interested in some Norn action. Anyways, here's the Assimilation Swarm, 2,000 points, and then I think it came out formatted weird because I'm bad at copy and pasting. Sorry, but this looks like a cool list. So we have Neurotyrant, we have Tervagon with the Biophagic Flow, which is a must. And then we have Winged Hive Tyrant. Pretty cool. That's probably is a pretty good choice, actually. Battle Line. Oh gosh, I needed to clean this up better. We have 1 Gargoyle Squad. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 80 Termagant squads. Oh my word. Then we have Biovore, double Exocrine, Psychophage, then a 2-man. This got messed up. A 2-man Pyrovore squad, and then 2. Wow, this got really messed up. How did I even? I feel like I would have had to have tried to copy and paste this bad. So anyways, we have a 2-man Pyrovore squad and then 2 singleton Pyrovores. Ripper Sworn, Tyrannifex with I'm assuming maybe he just didn't update his weapon option. Fleshborer Hive is okay, but it's not, I don't know. Between the Acid Spray and the Rupture Cannon, I think both of those are just really strong options. All right. So real quick, and let me just triple check. I'm going to look at his DM one more time just to make sure that I didn't mess up his number of Pyrovores. Okay, so he has a 2-man and then 2 single mans. So what I would do immediately is I think we consolidate the, he's at 2k points exactly. So we consolidate these 2 Pyrovores into just 1 Pyrovore squad with 2. And that's going to do a couple of things. First, it's honestly going to save you 10 points. Because the 40 to 70 is a weird breaking point, but it is there. And also, if we're playing Assimilation Swarm, which I think we do keep it Assimilation Swarm, I think we're going to have to juggle some things around. But if we keep it with Assimilation Swarm, then that means that these Pyrovores have the chance of regrowing, which is pretty sweet. So we have 10 points already. Man, we're rich, guys. We're just rolling in it. Norn Hub. And then we are going to also, I don't think we need the Rippers. Okay. And then we're going to go up to 35 points on that. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Okay, things that I like. I like the Venomthropes. I'm not sure I love the Tyranid effects with this. Pyrovores are cool. Double Psychophage is good. Double Exocrine is good as well. Things that we want in this type of swarm list is we want to, and I'm assuming we're definitely going to keep the Tervigon. I think the Tervigon's cool. See. I would prefer that this is a walking Hive Tyrant, and that is to make sure that our Termagants don't have to be within 6 of the Tervigon in order to actually do something. That means that you can have one little brick with the Hive Tyrant, and then you can have another like Tervigon brick, and they can kind of go separate ways. So these two would have 20 or 40 Termagants on this side, 40 on that side. And I think with our 35 points that we have already gotten, I think we can just upgrade that Winged Hive Tyrant to a walking Hive Tyrant. Now, I'm not saying that the Winged Hive Tyrant is a bad choice. Honestly, I do think the Winged Hive Tyrant is a pretty good choice in stuff like this because of the -1 attack aura. So maybe we keep it. Let's keep it. I think we keep it. But the thing that I do want to do, and then if I guess if Termagants aren't having lethals, then who really cares too much, you know? I think we get rid of this Tyranid effects to get like another Psychophage, and then maybe if we can squeeze points in for the thing that I really want is I want Zoanthropes so that our Termagants all of a sudden have a 6-up invul. And then that is also going to help losing the anti-tank from the Tyranid effects. However, one Tyranid effects I really don't feel like does too much. But anyways, so we'll lose that. And then we're going to spend 200 points for Zoans times 6. And then that was 190. So this will just go down to 25 points. I mean, we could get back our Ripper, but let's see what else we want to do. I think I'm worried I'm going to do an unfun thing, you know? I just feel like we also still want some mission play. Or we want an additional assimilator, an additional harvester. And I think 60 Gaunts is pretty good. I think 60 Gaunts is pretty good. So I think I am going to cut just 20 of the Termagants. I know, I'm sorry. And then we are at 145 points. So we could do another Psychophage and then 55 points. We could do another Psychophage and a another Pyrovore to just come in from strategic reserves. 7 might be optimal on Norns. Yeah, I agree. I think I like that idea. So if we do another Psychophage, 145 minus 95 is that 4? That's 50? Yeah, that's 50. Sorry, my brain farted for a second. Okay, so we have 50 points left over. Man, somebody in chat, please correct me if I'm wrong. And then at this point, I think we do a singleton Pyrovore with 40 points. And then we have 10 points left over. If there's any like enhancement that we can give, math, my arch nemesis. I'm not sure if there's any enhancement that we can give. Triple Ripper Swarm for 50. Could be it, yeah, but I just really don't feel like Rippers do a whole lot, you know? Like they regen, but then they just die. If they still had OC, if they could still do actions, I would probably be running them. but I'm not sure. Oh, shoot. Ben did say they're cute little guys, so I really do feel like we should include them. One lot of 3. What's the breaking point on 3? And then when we had a 15 points, oh, if we can do 3 and a 2 and then have 15 points, I like that. Is it 105 for 3 pyrovores? What do you think? Is it 105? I'm checking. I'm racing you, chat. I'm going to see if I can find it before somebody in chat tells me. It is 105. Yes. Oh, you guys did technically beat me. Okay. So that means we had 5 points left over if we did that or something like that. Okay. I like that. I like that. And then we just change this to 3 and then this is 105. Because, like, believe it or not, a 3-man pyrovore is actually really kind of tanky. But for this kind of list with 60 termagants, and I do apologize that I cut, would be 15-point enhancement if there is one. Let's check it. I don't remember. The only thing that we are instinctive, parasitic, biomorphology. The only problem is like the enhancements for this. It's only instinctive defense, and we don't have anybody. We don't have anybody leading. I mean, I guess, does it give the winged hive tyrant? Yeah. So we could do that. So instinctive defense. That might be kind of cool because then he can heroic and he can still fight first. Could be good. Good shout. Good idea. For some reason, my GW app has locked me out, which is super fun in the middle of a live stream where I'm using their content. Aha, it's back. All right, cool. Yes, Elite Dark Assassin, I also agree. I think the Flesh Borer should be Spine Fist as well. Yes, 100%. Just because pistol, you're going to have termagants. If you're running termagants, they're going to be in combat for like multiple turns. Hopefully, that's the goal, right? And then you just shoot in. So here's my thing. I really like this list idea. I would be interested to see what it looks like. But I often, if I'm building a swarm type of list like this, I'm kind of leaning more towards Invasion Fleet than Assimilation Swarm. I think this is more fun than Invasion Fleet, and I would be interested to see how it does. I really like the zones for the 6-up invuln for everything, and you can stretch out a whole bunch. The Venom Throbes for a -1 to hit is super cool. These Pyrovores, really tanky and nice. And then the triple Psychophage really allows for them to just be so much better, you know. It would be cool if we had a third Exocrine, but, you know, not every single list is going to be able to fit a third one. So, yeah, cool list. Thank you for submitting it, Real Grenade. And I apologize that it took so long to get to it, but we did it. Very cool. Please play a couple games with it or something like this. If you want to do the version that you sent before, that's awesome too. And tell us in the Discord how it works. You know, I'm interested to see where an Assimilation Swarm list works with so many gods. Next up, moving right through, we have Solrak. He's a member. Thank you so much for being a member. Really appreciate it. Hello from Germany. I'm in a league where we play 500 points with the rules. No epic HQ, no unit over 200 points, 1 battle line unit. We play normal missions on the 1,000 point field. So very small, very cool. Started 40K 4 months ago, and currently I play like this. Awesome. This is a really cool idea. I'm actually pretty jealous. I wish I was doing a league, you know? I want to do a league like this. The only thing is, I would want to be able to bring my Hive Tyrant. But let's take a look at what he's got. So he has a Broodlord, Hormagaunts, Biovore, Exocrine, Gene Stealers, Psychophage. Very cool. We have nearly all factions in this league, and we play 2 times a month. There are no Titans or something like this. He has At Home. Oh, Solrak, you're in chat. Incredible. Yeah, I'm sure the games are pretty quick. So is the idea of the league that eventually you guys will get up to higher point totals, or are you guys just chilling and just hanging out on 500 points for the entire time? Okay. So at home, he's got a Neurotyrant, 20 Termagants, Winged Prime, 3 Warriors, Venomthrops, Carnifex, and 6 Von Ryans. I'm open to buy more, but want to buy the best stuff, so I'm excited for your ideas for a 500-point list. We often play 500 or 750 points. Maybe it is interesting to make a video about the list that works with low points. I agree. That could be cool. And I probably should do that. Greetings from Germany. And I'm sorry for there's no bad English. Hey, Carlos, check it out. 100%. I bet that your English is infinitely better than my German. I just have an idea, dude. But yeah, no worries, man. And I really appreciate you bringing this list up. And I think it's a very interesting idea. Okay, so 500 points. Here's what I'm thinking. At 500 points, and we're doing Invasion Fleet. Super cool. Biovore is nice. Exocrine is cool. I think we probably want to switch out, and it's going to be tough because 500 points is so like niche, you know. Let's double check what he's got at home. It would be cool to bring a Carnifex. It's 115 points, 20 Termagants. I feel like we just want something like kind of tanky, just to like push at your opponent, and then and help out the Gene Stealers. It's interesting. The 5-man seems, you know, pretty cost efficient for. You can put new stuff in too. Okay, cool. You know what I like at 500 points? I think I actually really like Zoanthropes. And this is just me kind of throwing it out there. I'll be honest with you. I have not played 500 point games and yeah, people do really like the Mawlock in this chat. I will say I am not people, but the people talk about Mawlocks a lot. Okay, so what I would think at 500 points, maybe more shooting. This is tough. So what my first instinct with this list would be to trade the Psychophage out and make this a 10-man Gene Stealer brick. Just because I feel like they're actually probably pretty durable and pretty hard to deal with at 500 points. So if we do that, if we do that, this will be 150. Yep, I'm not people. Actually, the entire channel is just AI. And then we have 25 points left over. What we could do is we could just trade these Hormagaunts for Gargoyles, and then that would be 500 points. I think you would have 5 points left over. That would be like 495, which would be cool. That would be neat too. That's if we were sticking with this idea, just an Exocrine, 10 Gene Stealers, and then Gargoyles. Man, but that seems like so little stuff. But I guess it's literally because it's 500 points, and I'm just so used to 2K. Now, in my opinion, with 500 points, you probably want just one unit that is going to be doing this stuff, and then other things that hopefully support. 2x3. Oh, I think, but we're using this. We're using this 25 to upgrade the Hormagaunts. So I would think you have this one unit that is doing some really good stuff, and then everything else is kind of supporting it. And I'm trying to recommend something that would also be like a good purchase to like build your collection too. I think Tyrannifexes are really good purchases. I think Exocrines are pretty good purchases. Trying to think back the other things. Hive Tyrant, but we need to stay away from that. If we did, so my idea for 500 points would be, I think Haruspex could be cool too. I would start with a Neurotyrant with Zoans, but this is gonna take so many points up because that's 305 points, and then we have So that means we have 195 points. Oh man, maybe that's not it. Biovore would be 50, so that means we're at 355. That means we're at 145 points. We would need some kind of gaunt. So we would need like Hormagaunts, I do like. Harspecs and the Go Assimilation. Oh, let's try and build an assimilation list with 500 points. Okay, so assimilation, that's tough. Oh my gosh. I was like, oh, easy, we could do it. And then I'm like, ooh, can we do it? 3 Venom Thropes. POM is so much fun. What is POM? What is POM? Harspecs and then going assimilation. Okay, so that could be sweet, but I think Parasite of Mortrex. Dude, what if we do an assimilation and our only character is Parasite of Mortrex? All right, is that 80? I think that's 80 points. That does kind of go hard. Yeah, that's 80 points. And then, so now we have 420 points just to slam 2 Norn Assimilator. No, I don't think we can, because of the rules, you can't field. Oh, I mean, I guess maybe technically you could, but I'm thinking just like if we do here, let me build this list. Chat, I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm actually really excited to build this. This sounds like very fun. We should do something like this on stream sometime. That would be cool. We incursion, sure, whatever. Assimilation Swarm, and then 500 points. Boop, boop. While I'm getting this set up, everybody, if you haven't already, please like the stream. It helps us out a whole bunch, and it's really nice of you to do. You know, Parasite of Mortrex, and then other data sheets. I'm thinking kind of like double horror specs, and that's only 330 points. And then we do Biovore. We still have 120 points left. Oh my gosh. Do we want any kind of shooting? We probably want Hormagaunts. And then we have 55 left. And then Barbgaunts. Okay, this list is weird. But here's what I just... What did I type? Oh my gosh. This would be my immediate idea of assimilation at 500 points. And then maybe we can move some stuff around. I think Barbgaunts could be interesting because they're 55 points. They slot in and then they're okay. We have Biovore, just one Biovore, and then Haruspecs and Haruspecs. Yeah, I think because the Barbgaunts, because we don't really have a whole bunch, like we can move block with the Hormagaunts, but like the Barbgaunts letting people like don't get over here. I think like that's pretty cool. Another thing, what happens if we convert this Haruspecs into a Psychophage? Then what could we get? Because the Psychophage can like run up. We only get 30. I don't know. I kind of like double Harspecs in a 500 point game. Seems terrifying. Like if I'm being honest with you, I think that's pretty cool. I also like the Parasite of Mortrex because he just kind of, he's really annoying. Like if you, I'm assuming the secondaries are the same with the same deck. Or maybe if you're doing something different, you can just put him in Deep Strike and then he comes down and does some really cool stuff. I actually played him in that Synaptic Nexus game that I was telling you guys about earlier. He died, but he came in, he deep striked, and he forced Mike to come out and like try and go into the middle of the field, scored me a bunch of points, and then all of a sudden I was able to counterattack with everything that he put into the Parasite. Trent, hello, I have a Crusher list and need help fine-tuning it, or just get advice about it because I am a new NID player and there's a lot to the army. Yes. Where's a good place to post it? 2 Harspec. Doesn't that seem cool, Carlos, dude? Please, if you're able to try this list out at 500 points, I'd be really interested to see. And Johnny has the same question pretty much. If you could go into our channel in the community tab, there's a post there that I basically say, hey, this is where I'm going to review list. Go ahead and go to the comments and copy and paste, just post your list there. It doesn't really matter what kind of building software you're using. Just post it there and I'll get to it. Members have priority a little bit. I always split the love. I do a couple non-members and then a couple members too. So there'll always be a variety of who's getting seen. But if you're really interested in some almost immediate feedback for next week, consider being a member, and then I will probably be able to review your list and have that info for you next live stream. I hope that clears things up, and I'm really happy you're in the chat, man, for sure. Cool, but I'm excited by this. I'm going to be honest with you, Carlos. I think this seems pretty sweet. I think another thing you could maybe, if you got rid of the Barbgaunts and did a Pyrovore and then put like Biophagic Flow on this guy so that the Harspexes can regenerate. No, I think Barbgaunts are probably it. Okay, cool. Next up, we have Not a Bet, which I know now is actually the Bad Dan, spelled backwards. More you know, folks. Zage says, we did a similar league, but we restricted to toughness 9 instead of 200 points. That's very interesting. Yeah, so people can't run around with double Harspexes and just be menaces. Yeah, this is actually terrifying because like the Harspexes are going to heal every single turn. And if you have 2 CP, they can like get a 4-up Feel No Pain on an objective. Oh my gosh, this is what I would want to run. That sounds like so much fun, man. All right. He says, Jordan, thank you for reviewing the Invasion Fleet list. I've ordered a Lictor and painting Raveners. Incredible. I'm going to be honest, I don't remember that specific list, but those 2 choices do sound like things that I would suggest, but have not picked up Gargoyles yet. Okay? Going 20 Termagants and 10 Hormagaunts for Invasion Fleet now. Sweet. I think I found a home for triple Tyrannifex. List below, I have 2 Psychophages and Winged Hive Tyrants sitting on the shelf. I'd prioritize getting a Norn or Death Leaper with 2nd Lictor before getting 3rd Exocrine. Okay? Any ideas on improvements or how to play would be appreciated. I think the list will play with Hive Tyrant with Gun Castle, Screamer Killer, and Lictor coming in from reserves via Rapid Ingress. Very cool. Neurotyrant and Biovore guard the backfield. VRL infiltrate screen and do mission with Raveners. Acid Fex storms the midfield. Thank you, Dan. Thank you. Okay. Oh, it's Crusher Stampede. Heck yeah. Tyrannical Crusher Strike Force. We have Hive Tyrant, Neurotyrant, Biovore, double Exocrine, Lictor, double Maleceptor, Raveners, Screamer Killer, Tyrannifex, double Von Ryans. Very cool. Does non-Rupture Cannon T-Fex have a good use case? Yes, I think it does. And this is kind of funny because I was telling you guys before, look at this. Look at this dude. I finally had time to build and paint my 3rd Tyrannifex. In Crusher Stampede, this is the list that I've been wanting to try. I don't think exactly this list, but something like this I've been wanting to try for a really long time. With double Rupture Cannon and then a singleton Acid Spray, I think it's actually really, really strong. With double Maleceptors too. Oh my gosh. The Bad Dan, you've been just like, I guess you've been like scrolling through my own like list creation with Crusher Stampede. All right. So a couple things. Acid Spray is amazing, to be honest. You can always use the free stratagem from a Hive Tyrant on it, and it's immensely threatening to so many types of any. I agree. And it's like so annoying to get rid of because not only is it T12 with a 2-up save, but you're blanking a damage. Tyrannifexes are really good right now. I really, really like them. Okay, so first off, just letting you know. Trent, thank you. I'm looking forward to look at it. For Crusher Stampede, let me see if because there's one thing that I would agree. Oh, I just opened my most recent Crusher list that I've been messing with, and there's a Parasite in there. How did he get in there? Get out of here, dude. Okay. And we're right at 2,000 points. Okay. Oh, we're at 1990. Okay. Excellent. It's even better. So here's what I would do right off the bat. I think we actually want 2 lictors instead of 2x3 Von Ryans. So in my opinion, that's the only thing that quote unquote would say is not, I don't even know if it's not correct, because you have a really good use for them. You're screening out infiltrating. I think you would be surprised how much space just 3 Von Ryans can infiltrate. Of course, 3 does, or 2 does it even better. So what I would first recommend, and what I'm first going to do for us to be 20 points, is I'm going to convert one of these Von Ryans to a second lictor. Now, that's not necessarily a thing you absolutely have to do, of course. But if you don't want to convert one of them to a lictor, I would highly recommend putting the 2 3-mans together for a 6-man. If you think a 3-man Von Ryan is going to screen out infiltrating, a 6-man Von Ryan, whew, they're not putting anything anywhere. So that's pretty sweet. But I'm going to roll with that, and then we will have 20 points left over. So something that we could do, I really actually do kind of like Ominous Presence. It's not the best as an enhancement, but Ominous Presence. But yeah, it's pretty good. I think you get extra OC. So the thing, me personally, I would also want 1 or 2, and I guess you do have 1 screening unit, depending on what you're thinking about doing with the Von Ryans. I would want 1 or 2 like gargoyles or hormigons in here. But it really does sound like you have a really good kind of thought process. I think the list will play with Hive Tyrant with Gun Castle, Screamer Killer, and Lictor come in from Rap. Yeah, it's solid. So I really do think it's good. The only thing that I'm not in love with, if we are planning to do the rapid ingress play with Lictor, be careful, because oftentimes you're going to want to rapid ingress turn 2. And like having to decide of, am I going to rapid ingress with my Screamer Killer, or am I going to rapid ingress with my Lictor? Because you can't do both. I hope chat, I hope you know that. Lictor just takes the 1 rapid ingress slot. It doesn't allow you to do another one, like a lot of other abilities with a similar wording do. So be careful with that. I think I'm running a very similar list. The only thing different is I'm probably switching the Screamer Killer for a 3rd Exocrine, just to really help this gun line. Like Tyranifex is rerolling 1s after an Exocrine is shot at them. I'm assuming the Maleceptors are partying up with the Tyranifex. This seems really fun. And it's one of the reasons you caught me at a time where I'm really excited about Crusher Stampede. I keep showing this dude, but in 2 weeks, or I guess next Wednesday, not this upcoming one, I'll be running Crusher Stampede. Yeah, the Bad Dan, I don't really have any other changes that I would do. Maybe find room for the Hormigons just for a little bit of screaming or screening, but awesome Fire Drake. Oh man, I hope you're feeling better. You know, I hope go take a nap or something. Drink some orange juice. That's what my mom would say. If I'm sick, she would be like, "Oh, you want some orange juice?" But anyways, yeah. So the Bad Dan, thank you for submitting this list. I apologize that I'm not like, it's a good list, and for Crusher Stampede, I think there's a couple of tweaks that you could do to maybe include some screening guys, but I think obviously you have a really good game plan in mind. Keep it up. Think about the 6-man Von Ryans if you are keeping the Von Ryans instead of the 2nd Lictor. But yeah. All right. Next up, we've got Ben. Ben is he. He's he, folks. And then that is our second to last list. Ooh. Cool. So, evening. What's up, Malevolent Swarm? Hello. I'm just starting out with bugs. I don't have a list built. Instead, I would find it helpful if I could provide some things I like and don't like that you could make work. I'm very bad at building lists. I just tend to gravitate toward things I look cool. Sorry, things I think look cool. I think that's a great way to build this. Are you kidding me? I just tend to gravitate towards things I think look cool. In terms of detachments, Invasion Fleet, Assimilation Swarm, Synaptic Nexus, all have appeal to me. Warrior Bioform also. I am completely open to acquiring any kit other than the ones under Do Not Want. Yes, I assume that means I'll be getting some Gargoyles, and Exocrines. Yeah, give me 1 second. Trent, I can go over there. Must include the coolest bugs. Hormagaunts, Maleceptors. Other things I like the looks of. Does not have to include all of these, but maybe a couple would be nice. Neurotyrant, Parasite of Mortrex, Hive Tyrant, Death Leaper, Winged Tyranid Prime, Neurolictor, Pyrovore. Do Not Want. Hormagaunts, Screamer Killer, Toxicrin, Venomthorpes. Thank you for any insight. No worries, Spooky. Have a good one, man. Get some sleep. Let me check this community tab. Trent. So I think Ben, you're wanting us to kind of like guide your purchasing a little bit. See if we can do that. Boom, boom, boom. I don't want to rate Pingu newest first. Trent, yeah, your list is in there, man. Absolutely. Okay, cool. So we like Maleceptors. We like Hormagaunts. We like Neurotyrant, Parasite of Mortrex. We like Hive Tyrant, Death Leaper, Winged Tyranid Prime. We like Zoanthropes, Ripper Swarms, Norn, and Tyrannifex. Steven! I'm always at work when these are lives, but I watch them and love the... incredible. Thanks, man. Really helped me tool up my nids. Thank you. See you, Ben. Have a good one. Wow, we got 50 people in chat. If you haven't already, like the stream. It does really help. Okay, so I'm thinking we do Synaptic Nexus, man. I think we do Synaptic Nexus list, and then we do some of the cool stuff with Parasite of Mortrex, Neurotyrant, and then Hive Tyrant and Neurolictor. So I'm going to put, this is going to be, I know you said you could purchase anything. This is, we don't talk about how expensive things are sometimes, but this is going to be a little bit expensive, but I think this would be a good guide to stuff for you to buy. And we do not want, are you okay with Exocrines? What's up, Cyan Medic? Good to see you, Sirloin. All right, so I am just using kind of a list that I used for last week. We're going to put some cool stuff in here. Hormagaunts, maybe we do 2 Hormagaunts, Parasite of Mortrex. Maybe we don't immediately do Death Leaper, but we keep those guys. All right, I actually kind of like the look of this list. I'm sorry I'm doing this all very quickly and off my phone. This is probably incredible content. But let's see, Power of the Hive Mind. Excellent. Okay, so I think this would actually be a very, very fun. Exocrine is fine. No. Okay, so if you wanted to include an Exocrine, I'm sure you can. Oh, it's perfect. It's either you do 2 Exocrines or 1 Norn Emissary. So this is what I just cooked up real quickly. Hive Tyrant, and he's going to have Synaptic Control, and this is Lash Whip, Bone Sword, of course. Then we have the Neuro Tyrant, and he's going to have Power of the Hive Mind. It's just a good enhancement. If you can fit it in, you put it in for Synaptic Nexus. And then we have, I feel like the new mascot of the stream, Parasite of Mortrex. This guy's pretty cool. I like him. I'm not sure how good he actually is, but. And then we have double Hormagaunts. Excuse me, Jugger Tank. Yeah, I agree. Isn't he? He's sweet. And this is Battle Line. For some reason, Battle Line was hard for me to spell real quick. I was like, what? Boom. then other data sheets. Ooh. And we have Biovore. What's up, producer? What are you eyeing at? Maliceptor. Oh, wow. Neurolictor, because I think you liked them, right? Neurolictor. For some reason, this is really hard for me to type. Maliceptor. And then we have Norn Emissary. If you are starting out, like building a collection, I think a Norn Emissary is a very cool model to buy. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not sure it's always going to be the most like competitive, but it's definitely one of those units that just screams Tyranids, and that's pretty sweet. And then I know chat can't see it. We have double Tyrannifex and then a 6-man Zoanthrope. I think this would be a very cool list to build towards. It's got a lot of synergy. The Hive Tyrant is going to, offer for this gun line for the Maliceptors. And then the double Tyrannifex with Rupture Cannons, of course, with Irresistible Will. Incredible stratagem. If you can get the Tyrannifex to just stand still, they're going to hit on 2s. They reroll 1s, and then they reroll 1s to wound. Oh my gosh, look at my typing. Chat, you didn't stop me. You didn't say, Jordan, what are you doing? And then the Norn Emissary is just cool. It's cool. He does a really good job. Be more careful with this Norn than you think you need to be, because the Norns get deleted very quickly, and then it's sad. And then I think this list comes up at 1990. So one thing that I was talking about before, if you want to do 2 Exocrines instead of the Norn, you have the space for it. Absolutely. Yeah, I hope that helps. Thank you for being here, and we really appreciate the support. You always do that OC15 thing with Norn and not the other thing. Oh, yeah, for sure. Not reroll hits, especially in most detachments have ways to reroll hits. With Irresistible Will, you're going to reroll. You can spend it on the Norn, and you have reroll 1s to hit and then reroll 1s to wound as well. So you don't need the rerolls. All right. Last of the day and perfectly wrapping up in time. We've got Jugger Tank Painting. What a name. Thank you so much for submitting your list. Really appreciate it. He says, hey there. Ever since the new Grotmist attachment came out, I've been tinkering with it, and I think I have finally settled on this. It's the Warrior Spam. Of course, Ben. Yep, those bugs are awesome. It seems, if I was starting out Tyranids, I would be excited about collecting those, for sure. Absolutely. Invasion. Oh, I think this was probably before GW. Okay, yeah. Because he's done this. I think that's the +1, and then this one he can equip to the Warriors. Okay, let's take a look. Narrow Tyrant, Wing Tyranid Prime, Wing Tyranid Prime, Wing Tyranid Prime. I like it so far. Biovore, Exocrine, Lictor, Psychophage, melee, and then ranged. And then ranged again. Tyrannifex. Narrow Titan joins the 6-man range squad, all of the primes joining melee squads. Sick. Lictor. Cool. Okay, so I think and did he have Venom Tropes in? No. I was thinking about a different list. 2 things. I'm worried. I'm not sure I love the ranged warriors, Maybe they are good. Chat, have you had success with the 6-man ranged warriors? I don't rate them too high, even if they get +1 to hit and then maybe +1 to wound while being shooting at something that's battle shocked. Also, the Psychophages, I just think we can probably spend our points a little bit. I think just other things can probably get put in instead. I do love double rupture cannon. They can strip cover. So I do like at least 1 3-man. However, I'm kind of worried about the 6-man, you know? Otherwise, I really do like this list. We don't really have any chaff at all. So if we are playing against like a melee rushdown list, that could be kind of scary. Because then we are, so the problem is, because then we are forced to, awesome, Matt. That sounds cool, dude. That's awesome. I think we are forced to like screen with our ranged warriors of some kind. And I think that is a little spooky. Or like with our psychophage, this is okay. The trick is don't grow up, I agree. Yeah, I think I am actually going to drop the psychophages. So that's going to give us 190 points. And then we kind of go from there. I really do think that this detachment, you have to be the one that decides when combat starts. If you don't, it can be real bad for you. So 190 points. Things that we want to do to screen is we are going to want a flavor of gaunts. I'm probably going to lean towards gargoyles just because you know me, guys. But if we did that, then that would be 170 points. So we would only have 20 points left over. I think he wants to keep this because he wants to do the Neurotyrant, which is kind of sweet. Yeah, it doesn't have gargoyles, which is okay. Like, I mean, not every single list has to have gargoyles. I am going to recommend 20 gargoyles because like you really want to be able to move block your opponent and say, okay, I'm going to attack now and you can't touch me. You know, sorry. What did you say? He would be sad if I did this? Yeah, no, I think we keep, I don't think it's, and then I think we probably do, so if we did that, we would have 85 points. We're not going to do more. We're not going to do more. You know what I actually kind of like is this is 20 points before I forget. 20 points. 20 points. 20 points. So we have 85. You know what I actually really like is I like Venom Thropes in this detachment. That would be 85. And then we have 15 points. I think there's another enhancement. Oh, your cat said hello back? Incredible. Love. Let's see. Strike Force. Blah. I'm just checking to see how much enhancements are. Oh, do I have to do the... I just put like a Broodlord because it was the first one, but I'm sure that... Okay. Is there not a 15 point? Oh. Yeah, I put in... Oh, okay. So we have 30 points left over, actually? Okay, yeah. Then we slam Elevated Might. And we give... I don't think that Elevated Might is always a necessary thing. Like you always have to do this, but I think if you have 35 points, then you do it. So let's zoom out and take a look at it. Neurotyrant, Synaptic Tyrant. We're going to be chilling with the ranged warriors. Chat, let me know if you've done this and let me know if it's good. I'm being honest. I'm not even being like, I'm not being like snarky about it or anything. Genuinely, if this is a good combo, then maybe I should try it out. Awesome whammy time. It does stink because we are about to wrap up, but I'm glad you were here and I'm glad you were painting something. What are you painting? So he's chilling with the ranged warriors. Then we have this. I think this is the +1 here. And then advance and charge on those. Then 20 gargoyles just to kind of screen out, do some secondaries, and really tell your opponent that they can't charge you unless you are okay with them. Biovores, then double Exocrine, double Lictor, which I like. And then we have 18 melee, which is super sweet. I think 18 is the right call with melee. Even though you can have more, I'm not sure it's worth it. And then a 6-man ranged. Again, let me know how this works. And I would probably do 2 Venom Cannons, 2 Barb Stranglers, and then 2 of the Death Spitters. I'm not sure if that was a placeholder with the Devours, but I probably rate the Death Spitters over. And you can do 2 Venoms, 2 Barbed, and then 2 Death Spitters. Yeah, Warriors are super sweet. And then double Rupture Cannon, T-Fex, which is amazing. And then rounding up with Venom Thropes. I think Venom Thropes just helping all of this do better. Oh, that was kind of crazy. Is a great idea. But yeah, anyways, that's the stream, everybody. Thank you so much for chilling with me. Really appreciate it. I'm not going to be on this Wednesday, but my buddy Tucker and Zach will be playing some cool stuff. I think Tucker is running some form of Blood Angels. And then I think Zach is... I forget what he's doing. But like, comment, subscribe. You know, if you want a very cool coffee mug or like a t-shirt or something, check out our store. I'll plug it one more time. It's Fourth Wall. It should be in the description below as well. But they're both playing Biomass. Awesome. Thank you, Kaylee. I appreciate that. That's wonderful. But yeah, I will be on next Wednesday. I'm bringing triple Tyrannifex Crusher Stampede. Very excited to play that. I'm very excited to show it to you guys. Everybody, once again, thank you so much, and I hope you have an incredible week. Bye.